What has been the biggest adjustment since moving to your new city? What is my favorite and least favorite thing about the city that I live in now? How do you keep God at the center of your relationship? What is something that I've accomplished in the last 6 months in my new city? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brianna, and today, as you can see from the title of this video, I will be talking about my move to Charlotte, North Carolina, Queen City, whatever you refer to Charlotte, North Carolina as. I will be discussing it today. So if you are new here, you may not know, but I recently moved to Charlotte like a year ago, last year, and I just want to give you guys like a life update. I know I don't do like these sit down videos outside of my faith-based videos a lot, so I felt like I need to just do like a nice sit down one-on-one with you guys and just fill you guys in on all that has been happening. What has my life been like since moving to Charlotte? Has it gotten better? Has it been worse? What has been going on in Bri Anaya's life? We're gonna be diving right into it today. I hope you guys are ready for this tea. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here. I do amazing content, you guys. We are a family here. I do faith-based content, lifestyle content, I do vlogs, so many different things. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I want you to go ahead and comment down below where are you from? Where do you live? And if you've ever been to Charlotte, North Carolina, and if not, why not? Do you want to visit? Comment down below. I want to talk to you guys. I want to engage. Let me know in the comments where you are from. All right, so we are going to get right into it. So like I said, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina like about a year ago, and so far it's been really amazing. I do have some pros. I do also have some cons, but we are going to dive right into all of that today. This video can be very helpful for someone who's looking to move to Charlotte, North Carolina, or just someone who follows me, or just, you know, you're subscribed to me and you've been watching my, you know, crazy life journey, and you just want to update on what's been going on, girl. We see you in the vlogs, we see you doing your faith-based content. What's like, let's get to the nitty-gritty, like a Q&A type of thing, questions, and then I'm gonna answer them. So the first question, what has been the biggest adjustment since moving to your new city? I would say my biggest adjustment so far has been me getting used to being alone. So if you guys have been watching my journey, you would know that I was in a same-sex relationship prior to moving to a new state. In this relationship, I was used to having, you know, a person with me pretty much 24/7 all the time, as well as my dog. I got used to the company. I got used to just having somebody just always there. But now that I am just, you know, living my life alone, it's really hard, like getting used to the quiet, getting used to just coming home by myself, being alone. Sometimes it can get a little lonely, and it's just new. It's just an adjustment. All my life, I've always lived with somebody. I've always had somebody with me. Growing up, I, you know, grew up with my grandmother and my brother, and then I went away to college, and even in college, I had a roommate. I was fully always alone. So now that I'm living alone for the first time in my own apartment, it's a little adjusting, or like it's a little challenging, or it's taking some time to get used to. I do enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love being on my own, and I do encourage you, like, if you are in a relationship, or if you just left a relationship, or you're thinking about leaving a relationship, or you don't know what you want to do with your life, I highly recommend to every girl, every man even out there, to experience life on your own before you think to move in with somebody, or even in a relationship. If y'all are together, you know, I strongly suggest, and also just biblically, you should definitely live on your own until you're married. But even before you decide to, you know, make that type of decision in your life, experience living on your own first. Because I jumped out of college and went to live with somebody, not knowing what it was like to be independent fully and be alone, and like spend that time with God, and just it be me by myself. And I genuinely, like, the idea of doing it when I was living with somebody was terrifying and so frightening. but yet I knew that God had me. I had full trust in God, and I knew that he would not bring me this far or that far to fail. So I was worried, but not that worried. I knew that God would have me, but I would be lying if I said that sometimes it doesn't get lonely, especially because my family is from Florida, so I am states away from my village and just people that I grew up with. And so sometimes I just feel out of tune. I feel like I'm living in my own separate world, and then they're in a whole different world, or even on a whole separate planet sometimes. But it is rewarding because, again, it's allowed me to, you know, become the woman of God that God has always wanted me to be. I'm moving into my purpose. I'm walking into things that I've always wanted to walk into, and I just feel like an alignment happening. Not saying that life is perfect, everything is perfect, and I'm perfect, but I just feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. What is my favorite and least favorite thing about the city that I live in now? When it comes to my least favorite, I would say how far it is. Like, then again, that's not necessarily like a con. That can be a pro, because considering that I'm further up north, you know, things like New York or Tennessee or just, you know, Atlanta even is closer versus, you know, being down south in Florida. But I would say that's my least favorite thing, is that, like, although it seems like I'm close to like northern states, I'm further from like family, Florida. I'm further from the south. That's my least favorite thing about my new city. Like, I just feel so far. Even when it comes to like going down to Georgia, I was just there Friday. I have to travel through North Carolina and then through all of South Carolina, which is a huge state. And then I'm in Georgia. So I'm even further. I do like it because then I'm closer to the northern states. North states. I don't know which way I'm supposed to say it. But yeah, that's my least favorite thing. My favorite thing is, I have several favorite things. One of them being I get to experience all four seasons of the year. Like, it's, you know, winter. We're currently in winter. It's still a little cold, but I've experienced so many snow days. If you know, you know. Y'all been watching my vlogs and stuff. It's been snowing, y'all. I love snow because I'm from Florida, so I didn't get to grow up seeing snow a lot. So now that I'm an adult, it's like I'm healing my inner child, and I get to see snow. I also like that things are affordable here. Like gas is like $2.50 versus like in the south or in Florida, like gas be like $3. But here gas is like $2.50, $2.60. The like housing and apartments are affordable. Traffic isn't too bad here. If you leave out at a certain time, like around 4 or 3, you might get caught in some like 5 o'clock traffic during the week when people getting off from work. But for the most part, the traffic isn't that bad. I can like go someplace, and then there's just a lot to do. It's enough city for me. It's not too much city like Atlanta, but it's just enough city. I love it. All right, next question. Do I see myself staying in this city for a long time or long term? Absolutely, yes. 100%, 1000% yes. I love Charlotte, North Carolina. I am literally considering like settling down here. I think this is gonna be like my settle down, mom era, wife era state. Like, I want to stay here. Like, I've already like went around, looked at like houses, and I'm just in love with the state. It's so homey. It gives a homey feel, yet it's just enough city life. Like I just previously mentioned, like I love how much there is to do. I love the food options. There's food for every type of person. If you like Indian food, Jamaican food, African food, American food, it's Italian food. It's just food. Like, it's so much food here. It's so much to do here. Even if you feel like that's still not enough for you, it's stuff surrounding North Carolina. Or just not even Charlotte, but North Carolina. And I don't know if it's because like recently I moved like up north, so now I'm getting used to like being a northerner now. But you know, me being from the south, I'm a beach girl. I like the heat, summer, sand, water, beach, lakes, rivers. But up here, it's none of that. It's woods, it's like country stuff, like animals. And I found myself becoming more drawn to animals, wildlife. You know, I want to go hiking. I've been to the woods. I've been to the mountains. Like, I'm falling in love with that. Like, for my birthday this year, not to like put it out there so, you know, so early, but I want to go horseback riding. Like, I want to do something adventurous. I want to do like outside-see stuff, you know, cutesy, like outside girl. Like, I'm in my outside girl era, but not the outside y'all think I'm talking about, but like the outside, like the woods, nature. Like, I'm becoming more in tune with nature. Yeah, I can see myself definitely staying here for a very long time. It has the city, it has the mountains, best of both worlds. Like, I love it. I just feel like I have everything here. Everything that I could ever want in a place like to live is here. Like, I get all the seasons, hot, cold, fall. It's so beautiful here in the fall. It's so beautiful. And then, like I said, we have mountains. I see deer. Y'all, I never saw a deer in Florida. I see deer, y'all. I love deer. Like, y'all, I was like feet away from some deer one time when I went to go take a walk on a trail at a park. Y'all, I was like, this was a deer, this was me. It was like 3-4 deer. And I'm like, and even at my apartment, there was some deer one night. I think it was Valentine's Day night. It was some deer. I saw 3 deer. And then there was another day I saw 3 deer. Like, oh my gosh, they just be so cute. Like, I'm really just like a nature girl now. I don't know. So yeah, I absolutely love my new state. I love where I live. I love it here. I can definitely see myself living here for the rest of my life, settling down here. Before it was Georgia, because I feel like Georgia has the most homey homes, and it's just like Georgia is just, y'all know Georgia has its own aesthetic. Like, I just love Georgia. But Georgia is also expensive. It's overpopulated, overcrowded, too much traffic, too much crime, people breaking into your car, breaking into your house. It's just too many bandits. Too many bandits. So don't get me wrong, the crime here too is pretty bad. Especially with me working in news. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff. Like, bus driver drunk with the kids on the bus, crazy. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff here. Crazy stuff. Crime is everywhere. That's another tip I want to give you. If you're considering moving here or just anywhere, Georgia, anywhere, know that crime is going to be anywhere. So yes, you want to be cautious of the areas you're going to live in. And thank God, I did not do much research on the area I was going to be moving into, like the county and all that. But y'all, I love my area. Like, before I officially moved, when I was doing like my job interviews and stuff, people was asking like, where was I going to be moving, or like what area? And I told them, and they was I don't want to tell y'all where I live at. But when I told them the county or the area I was going to be living at, I got a lot of good feedback. Like, I would get like good responses, like, oh yeah, that's a good area. Like, oh yeah, we love that area. Yeah. But then when I told them another place I was considering, it was like, yeah. So if you're considering moving somewhere, do your research on like the area you're gonna move in. Ask around. If you're gonna be doing job interviews in that new area, ask the person that you're gonna be, on the job. Like, ask them like, if this job does become my role, or if I get accepted or receive this role and I make the adjustments to move, what are some good areas you would say I could start looking for some housing or just to reside in? What are some good areas I need to avoid? Those are really good questions to ask in your interview, like at the end where it's more chill like and not so serious. I highly recommend asking that question, because that helped me determine what area I was gonna live in. How has your faith grown since moving to your new city? If you have been watching my vlogs, and again, if you're new, I highly recommend you subscribe and just go check out my recent videos. I have gotten a whole 360 just mentally on what it truly means to be saved. Like, I thought I was saved before, but honestly, I've most likely like 9 times out of 10 was on my way to hell if I continue living the way I was living like a year ago. I would say God has done a complete work in me. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but I can truly say that I am saved. I attend an amazing church here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where my pastor teaches the sound doctrine. He is pretty much a very good shepherd to my church, and he's very good at just teaching us. I believe our motto is promoting the agenda of Jesus Christ, and it's no sugarcoating. Like, it's no sugarcoating Christianity, no feel good Christianity. It's nothing like to make you feel good, or just we want to just push you to start a business. Like, I don't think I've even heard well, that's not important. I don't want to say my church is really good. I've learned so much about faith. I've learned so much about healing, deliverance. I've learned so much about being saved, just in general, what it truly means to be saved. I learned a lot about godly relationships, godly love, godly marriages. I learned a lot about just being a woman and like a soft woman. I learned a lot. I've learned a whole lot, and it's only been about 4 or 5 months since I've been attending my church. I've been a member of my church, and I can truly say I absolutely love it, and I really believe that this church is going to help me make it to heaven, and as well just become a better woman in itself, because that's definitely the goal. We never want to stay stagnant. And if you're in the Charlotte area and you're looking for, you know, an amazing church, comment down below, and I will be more than glad to let you know what church I attend. They are more than welcome to any visitors that come. You can also tune in online if you can't make it in person. But yeah, I absolutely love my church. I have been looking for a really good church for a while. I had started like church shopping in September. I had attended a few bad churches, or like I just could, it seemed like I could not find a good church, like the church that I was looking for. But it's like soon as I went to this church that I accidentally tuned into at that, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I need to hear. No sugarcoating. Like, I need to be convicted every time I go to church Sunday, pretty much. Like, if I think, oh, you know, I'm doing good, the devil not bothering me, or I'm not, it's nothing I need to fix, I'm walking. No, it's always something that needs to be pruned out or just cleaned out. And that is the goal. I truly enjoy my church. I feel like my faith has definitely grown, and that's the goal. That's what we want. We don't want to be going backwards. We don't want to be backsliding. We don't want to be going back to the person that I was. I want to be growing, and I hope that if any of you have been following me for a while, you can notice like a difference in me. If not, if I still seem like I'm the same, Bree, okay, but I definitely notice a difference just in how I carry myself, how I try to treat others, and just fully walking in obedience and faith and just everything. And if you haven't checked out my testimony video, make sure you go check that out. I've posted that a few months back, and I got a lot of good responses from that. So again, make sure you go check that out. The question is, how do I stay consistent in my faith when, you know, dealing with all of life's challenges, or just anything that's being thrown at me, spiritual warfare, all of that. And if I'm being honest, y'all, like currently in this season that I am right now, the spiritual warfare has been heavy, because the devil does not like what I am doing. The devil does not like that I have rededicated my life fully to Christ. He doesn't like that I'm trying to make these changes, the adjustments. He hates that I'm becoming a threat for the kingdom of darkness. And so it has been ongoing spiritual warfare. Whenever I think that I've mastered something, or I'm doing better, or I'm walking good, or everything is just going good for me, something is it's become a challenge. And so the only way that I've been able to handle that is my church. That is why it's very important for you to join a great church and to just have a good church community, because you don't just want to be going to church just to hear the word and going home and like, oh, like you feel good, you feel. No, it's just not about feeling good. Like, you need to be, you know, surrounded by people who are worshiping and praising God in a right way. At that, it's the wrong way to praise and worship God. You need to be surrounded by people who can pray. I'm talking pray warriors, baby. Like, pray. And just being in that, I think my pastor call it what is it corporate anointing, and just everybody like joining in and praising God, worshiping God, and inviting the Holy Spirit and inviting the presence of God into, you know, the space, so that everything is in alignment. People are getting healed, people are getting delivered, set free. Many different things occur when, you know, the corporate anointing is, you know, within a community or a church. And so, you know, also the mentorship, discipleship that I get from my discipleship partner, which is appointed to me when I join the church, they've helped me, you know, reflect on a lot of things that need to change, or, you know, I need to work on as far as my spiritual walking journey, just me spiritually and as a person. So that's what has kept me. And honestly, lately, y'all, it's been tough for me to even get up and go to church, but I truly believe that that's nobody but the devil trying to keep me from elevating. Like, it's like when everything else is going good, I'm on fire for God, I was going to church consistently, but lately I have been like, the spirit of laziness and procrastination has come in swinging. But again, having that church community and just having those people to be like, no, listen, you need to make sure you're coming to this, make sure you're showing up, make sure you're coming to church, because it's so easy to fall back into your old ways, and it's so easy to backslide, y'all. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. Constantly locking in with God and just staying, like, keeping your heart and your mind, your your focus on God is key, and just being surrounded by a good community. I want to answer one question about dating, because with this new relationship, I do not want to involve the internet so much like I did the last time, or just, you know, in general, I want to keep my life private, because I just want to do that, and I really feel the Holy Spirit is guiding me to do that, just in general, be a lot more private with my life. But one of the questions I got is, how do you keep God at the center of your relationship? And again, my church. I did not know half of the things that I know now about dating before I joined my church. My pastor and just my, you know, mentors, they talk a lot about, you know, godly dating and, you know, godly marriage and what that truly looks like and what that truly means. So even when it comes to dating, a lot of things you can and cannot do, and I'm not gonna say I've been perfect at all of these things, but just to throw out some examples, if you are trying to date God's way, and by the way, if you haven't checked out that video, I did do a video just strictly about dating and dating God's way. But if you are trying to date and date God's way, abstaining from any sexual sin or just any sexual things, even when dating, like going out, having like I wouldn't necessarily say a chaperone, but just like a third person, or just dating in a group, so that, you know, people can kind of help you